First and foremost, I just want to say, you know, from the bottom of my heart, man, bless everybody that's been supporting me, that's believed in me. You know, just really been there for me in ways I didn't even expect, and coming at me with ideas and different concepts of how we could take the Divine brand to the next level, how we could create value, not only for the internal team but others. So I'm all about, you know, spreading the value. It's bigger than me. I'm just one conduit. I'm only one individual. There's many more like me. I'm unique in my own right, of course, like we all are. But I just want to say thank you, man, to everybody that's really been there. And I want to say that, you know, majority of my network is like 90% women, man. So I really want to salute women. So salute women, man, because, you know, they don't get the love they should get, whether it's technology or other industries that are male dominated. And, you know, I really can't wait till I get to a position and a point where I can really show that love to them and give them a platform and just to honor them and say thank you. You know what I mean? Because without the females, without the female factor and women behind me believing in me and really, like, in a way giving me that nurturing that I needed to really, you know, just further believe in myself, further push forward to create value around myself and what I'm trying to do. And again, just thank y'all, man. Oh, yo, thank you. Any questions, anything you want to add on to, if you saw the event today? If you didn't, or if you have any questions, definitely let's open the floor, man.
I don't have a question, but I'd love for you to talk a little bit about, like, the power of connectivity and what that has done for you, not only out on in the West Coast, but like as you're going through New York, you're headed down here. I mean, you seem to be very good at connecting with people, and can you just kind of talk to us about the value of that?
That's interesting, because that's definitely one of my strong suits in my character. That I'm able to connect with people, and not only just general people, average people. Not that anybody's average, but as opposed to people who are accomplished in different industries at a high level. I think we all have great value, and we all are at a high level, just being human beings and being spiritual beings and all that. I never really like analyzed, like, how am I able to connect with people like this? I've always just put in my mind that I had to. I always just put in my mind that I have to make these connections. I have to link with this one and link with that one. And I think it's that I honor people's value, no matter who you are. Like, I honor value at the so-called lowest level or the highest level. It doesn't matter. I've never been one caught up on you know, celebrity, or caught up because someone, you know, got a gold record or a platinum record or got $1 million or $1 billion. I never cared about none of that. And I think that because I think people know that. Like, I don't care. I'm not trying to, you know, be up on anybody's wing because they got money or because they have power. What I do try to do, though, is say, okay, you have value. How can I participate in that value, or how can I add value to that, or, you know, and maybe learn from you, maybe be a recipient of some blessings, and I do that in a humble manner. So throughout my travels through Silicon Valley, especially, it's been nothing but really connecting with people and making those relationships to where I don't even have to do the ask. I don't have to sit there and be like, yo, can you do this for me, do that for me? It's more so they offer. They want to assist me. They want to help me. And I think that's me being genuine in my quest. And that's really what I think it is, honestly. If I had to pinpoint it and really explain it. But the power of connectivity, I think, is key. Because at the end of the day, it's like, and I spoke today at GSU about this, just being able to exchange energy and exchange value at the smallest level or the highest level. Just, you know, sometimes it's just a thank you. Sometimes it's just a please. Sometimes it's just, you know, laughing and joking and just showing love to people. Whatever that element is of exchanging that energy, it just has to be more genuine. But you can't always just go to people, just what can you get? I mean, because I'll be honest with you, when I met Ben, connected with Ben, my phone was blowing up. My email was crazy. You know, everybody wants to reach out because they want to get to Ben, and the majority of the people were selfish. Some people were really genuine, like, you know, I want to add value, and how can you connect me and link me? And I really never brought anybody to Ben like that. And if I did, I always asked Ben first, like, how do you feel about this or that? It kind of works for me, and Ben always wanted to see me receive some type of value from anybody that I connected or brought in. So connectivity, I think, is key. The collaborative economy is key. How do we work together to get to the next level? How do we assist each other to get to that next level? And that's what Blak Group is all about. Blak Group, when I built Blak Group or ideated Blak Group, it was all about the principles of Black Wall Street, collaborative economics, working together. You know what I mean? How do you make that dollar circulate amongst your own before it goes out to another group of people or individuals? And to speak of African Americans, the only group that doesn't happen. You know, the Jews do it, the Asians do it, you know, the Italians do it, but African Americans just don't do it. You know, Spanish people do it. That's the problem we have. You know what I mean? There's different reasons why that takes place. Most are psychological. But I think that, you know, the collaborative economy and connectivity is key to success. And I said this earlier, nobody does anything alone. I didn't get here alone. I got a whole squad of females behind me that's ready to rock, so, you know what I mean? So, you know, no one does nothing alone. So I think that working together is key. And once we realize that even though we have our selfish agendas, and not selfish in a negative way, we also need to have a selfless agenda. And that's how we grow. And that's how we add value and exchange value. Like when I engage people and I do my emails, I'm like, yo, I usually say, I want to see how we can create synergy or find synergy and exchange value.
I had a question. As a black man, I guess most times we look to somebody that's in a celebrity position, and like you said, I'm not caught up in what role they have or how far they've gone in the industry and whatnot. Have you found it much more difficult? I mean, have you found it easier now that you are rising to a level of success, fame, notoriety? Have you found it easier to get black people, black men, on board with you to connect and help the movement? I hear you giving big shots to the women, but apparently black men are not connected properly. How do you deal with that?
That's ill. I definitely feel like not to down my brothers at all, but definitely it's more women who support me, straight up and down. That's just what it is. And I can't say why brothers don't support me. I can't say, you know, what it is, but there are some brothers that definitely have went above and beyond and really connected with me and really assisted me and showed me the way and showed me the path. But more so, it's been women. I don't know why that is. I'm not gonna assume why that is. It's just not happening. You know what I mean? At a large rate or a high level. But those that I do connect with, they're really on. They're on board. They're rocking with Devon. They, like, you know what I'm saying? They there. And they making sure that, you know, I got what I need, and they're there for me in a way that I need them to be, when I need them to be. You know, so that's cool, man.
I got a question for you. What are your Atlanta roots? And then how could you have gotten exposed to this earlier? Or what would happen if you could have gotten exposed to what you're doing now with the Blak Group and the Black Car before you got into all the trouble? Like how? Like, in other words, if we're trying to get young people who are going into the system, right? All right, like you're a product of going in, being able to come out and be able to get it together. How can we take some of what you're doing now and stop them from going in, like catching their interest on the front end, you know, of the conversation? So I know it's kind of a layered question.
That's what I was going to next. Is like, how do you capture the black men so that you can get them young?
So my roots to Atlanta is basically the Atlanta United States Penitentiary. That's how I came to Atlanta. I was on a bus with 39 other brothers, handcuffed and shackled. And that's how I came to Atlanta. Like, really, that's how I came to Atlanta. That's my first exposure to Atlanta. And I spent about 3 to 5 years in Atlanta, incarcerated. And I would always say, you know, the buzzword of, you know, Atlanta's the next black Mecca, was becoming a black Mecca. And this was like in the early or late 90s, mid 90s, late 90s. All this was going on. My personal journey, I would never recommend anybody takes my journey. It's very unique. And I think that if I never went through being incarcerated, if I never really had those experiences, I don't think I could be as effective as I am today. Despite, you know, me having certain things, of course, in my character, my personality to excel, me going through them hardships shaped me in a way that no business school could. Harvard couldn't do it. Yale couldn't do it. You know what I mean? But prison could do it. And I think that because the way I as they say, it's not what happens to you, it's how you respond to what happens to you. So I was able to respond to prison and my incarceration in a way that was conducive to my development. Strengthening my mind and focusing on how do I overcome this? How do I fortify my spirit? How do I fortify my emotions? Because I lost all my friends, people I thought cared about me and loved me. I lost my son, age of 3. I left him. I lost the love of my life, someone I thought I was gonna marry. Like, I lost my moms. I lost a lot of different things that give you emotional ground, you know. But yet I found solace in prison nevertheless. I found peace in prison nevertheless. In the midst of that hell and that chaos and confusion, I found a peace of mind. And that was from me focusing on divine and how can I develop myself despite the hardship. And that's kind of what excelled me. Now, as far as other individuals out in the world and out here right now, I think that the key thing for them is awareness, letting them know it exists, right? Accessibility, where they can access it, and it's easy to access it. It's not hard to do. Give them the resources, give them the opportunity, and then giving them a pathway. Those are the key things that we need to give our youth. And we know that starts in the home. But if there's no home, then how do we do that? And I think the key to that is mentorship. I never had a real mentor. My pops wasn't around, you know? And I got one of my brothers in the audience, man, that grew up with me. He knows me since a youth, man. Since, you know, we were just this high, man. So he can attest, like I said earlier, like people that know me in the past, they know this is what Devon does. This is not like new to them. They like, okay, we not surprised. You know, but everybody else that's coming in contact with me say, wow, it's amazing what he's doing. I've been doing this since I was a kid. Honestly, I've been doing this since I was a kid, like literally. Doing this since I was a kid. Hit the streets at 13, and all I saw in my eyes was success. I need to get money, I need to excel, I need to put myself in a better situation. And that's how I always excel. But the youth are a big part of what I want to do and how I want to reach back. And that's what the Black group represents. That cohesiveness, that collaborative economy, to where we can reach out and build a foundation for the future generations. I want to leave a legacy. I don't want to leave nothing else but a legacy. In $100 million. So my peoples and my name can live on, and they can go to the best schools and get the best educations, but in a way that they leverage it how I leverage it. Like I'm so inspired and honored to have been chosen by the H.J. Russell Center, and to be able to even be considered to be standing in that man's shoes. You know what I mean? Because, you know, everybody wrote me off. I'm just a drug dealer. I was a good drug dealer. Not good enough, though. Not good enough. You know what I'm saying? Seen plenty of money, but, you know, at the end of the day, that's not honorable, man. I don't want to be honored for that. I want to be honored to leave a legacy here. You know, like the Carnegies, like the Rothschilds, like the DuPonts, like the Fords. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to leave. That's what we need to start building. You know, and leaving that legacy for our future generations, and giving them the blueprint, man, that we didn't have.
Brian, can I jump in?
Absolutely.
As you know, I'm from Chicago, and you touched me with the mentoring aspect of it. I'm part of a newly formed nonprofit organization, simply titled We Help People, and I'm vice president. I'm in the process of putting together some programs, one of which is going to be a mentoring program. I'm feeling what you're doing. I'm feeling your energy. Everybody in the room knows what's going on in Chicago, and is your movement exclusive to Georgia, or are you moving around? Can we get you to Chicago, or because we need you?
Nah, I'm about to be internationally known, man.
Okay.
I'm global, baby.
I'm just trying to get in on the, right here, right now.
No, it's interesting you say that. Okay, so I'm actually just got involved with a group called Urban 1000, now titled Global 1000. It's an initiative spearheaded by Ray Lewis, Jeff Hoffman, he's the co-founder of Priceline, Raymond McCoy, he's a co-founder of Urban America, and Dr. Lance McCarthy. So that initiative is to go to different urban areas and give 1,000 jobs out on the spot. So they did Ferguson 1000, they did Baltimore 1000. They reached out to me, and we did Los Angeles 1000 together. So I aligned with that initiative, and now we're going to Chicago next. So we'll be in Chicago soon, on the spot, giving out 1,000 jobs. In Los Angeles, we had 25,000 employers, gave out 1,000 jobs, and we're gonna be doing that in Chicago. So, I mean, if I need to come there outside of that, I'm there. I'm there, man. So, definitely.
Good deal. Good deal.
Sorry? Oh, Paris, yeah. Hey, baby, what about it? Tell them about Paris. Okay, so if anybody doesn't know, a few things I got in the pipeline that's coming up. I don't know if you know, but I'm now a contributing writer to Blak Enterprise. I'm also on the Blak Enterprise steering committee for Tech Connect Summit 2017, which is a great honor. Bless Blak Enterprise for even looking my way and giving me opportunity to be able to connect with that legacy. I used to read Blak Enterprise throughout my incarceration, and to be aligned with them and to be a contributor to that is just crazy. That's another black brother, Earl Graves, who set out with a mission to do something for the African American demographic and community, and he answered the call, and that legacy is living, and I'm just blessed to be a part of that legacy. So I'll also be speaking on a panel with Shaka Senghor, New York Times bestseller of Righting My Wrongs. He's connected to Oprah Winfrey, Ben Horowitz, and Felicia Horowitz, like I am, and we'll be doing a panel at BE Tech Connects Summit 2017 in Silicon Valley. I'm also going to be giving a keynote speech, Fintech Revolution. So that's a great honor. They're flying me out there to do that at the end of March. And I'm also going to be traveling to San Quentin with a program called The Last Mile, founded by San Francisco VC Chris Redlitz. He's invited me out to experience a demo day. He has a program called The Last Mile that goes into San Quentin and gives entrepreneurship education to inmates. So there's a couple things in the pipeline that I'm doing. But please remain supportive. I'm all about connecting and collaborating. You need my email is divine@thefourthletter.com, THE, the number 4TH, letter.com. Reach out to me. I'm accessible. I'm open to collaborate. I think we all have value. It's all about just, finding our personal value and how do we present that to others to exchange value.
Just thinking about it, the grammar school kid, the high school kid, the college student, and even the entrepreneur or husband that is struggling and coming up short every week or every month and feels he has to cross that line, or feels they have to cross that line to go into a life of illegal activity. What would you say to them if you had a chance before they go that first break at the penitentiary?
The first thing I would say, someone in a predicament who has no hope, right? That are hopeless, and the majority of us that are in these situations, are hopeless. We think that the fast life or the illegal life is a solution to our problem. I'd say analyze your situation on every level. Take a step out of the situation where you don't have an emotional response. You have an intellectual and a philosophical response. And find out what you're passionate about first and foremost, and then see how you can monetize that and turn that into something that can either create an income or can sustain you in some way. But overall, I think that knowledge is the foundation, and I keep saying that always. Knowledge is the key. Knowledge is not power. Everybody always says knowledge is power, knowledge is power. Knowledge is not power. There's a lot of people with knowledge that are powerless. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people with degrees that are powerless, that are struggling, that aren't able to leverage their degrees. To me, it's the application of knowledge. How do you apply knowledge in a way that it can empower you? And you're not going to rise to high heights overnight. You have to be patient. You have to be diligent. It's like with anything, man. It takes time. The universe didn't manifest, just like that. It took time. So that being said, those are some of the key things I would definitely relay and convey to somebody to try to find their position without having to resort to that.
You spoke, one of the first things you spoke about was the importance of working together, that very little was accomplished on your own.
Yeah.
Everyone, my name's Joe Spano. I'm the CEO of a startup headquartered in Birmingham, Alabama called Magic City Analytics. We're a marketing and PR technology firm. I'm here with my Chief Operations Officer, John Hamilton, and my Chief Strategy Officer, Marcus Turner. So to give a little backstory, Marcus met Divine in 2015 at a tech conference in San Francisco. When Marcus reached back out to you, a couple of months ago, what was it that made you say to yourself, I'm going to give these guys a shot, instead of just, with your story and your product, and you were on the cover of Forbes, you could have any PR or marketing agency that you wanted. What was it that made you say, I want to give these guys a shot? And just more generally speaking, we have a finite amount of time and energy every day, or just in our lives. How do you assess the value, the potential value in collaborating and working with somebody? Whether or not, basically whether you say to yourself, I'm going to try to make something happen with this guy, or I just don't have the time for anybody, sorry.
Sometimes that's a hard decision, right? Because, time is limited, and time is money at the end of the day. We don't have to make money, we don't have to live and provide for ourselves. But I said this earlier at GSU, man. I believe in those that believe in me. You know what I'm saying? Believe in you, but believe in others. It's not a one-way street. You bring a value. And he believed in me. He reached out to me and believed in me. So right there, I got to salute and honor that. So if I don't even have to go through the resume, you believe in me. So how are we going to make this work? What's your value? You know what I'm saying? What's your value? How are we going to make this pop off? How are we going to take this to the next level? And I believe that if more people position their mind in a way where they said, I have to be in a collaborative space. I have to be in a position, or position myself in a way where I am open to collaborate. You know what I mean? It's not about me being on Forbes or me and all that. That's nothing. That comes and goes, right? It's the relationships, and it's the exchange of energy and value that makes things propel. That's what makes things happen. Again, it's more than one person. I can't do this alone. I'm not doing this alone. I'm only one aspect of the equation. So when he came to me and he believed in me and he told me what he had, he presented his value. I said, okay, I see that. And the key thing to me was that he believed in me. That was a magnetic right there. And because he believed in me, and he showed me his value. I'm like, okay, how can we turn this into something? Then I add my value, and I take and I make magic. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? We make magic, and that's what it is, man. So it's not about like, you know. To me, it's never no big eyes and little U's. It's never like that with me. I'm not the type of dude. That's why I'm crazy accessible. Here's my number. Here's my email. Because everybody has value. So when you recognize someone who recognizes that everybody has value in them, then you give that person confidence, right? So I take my confidence, I take my high self-esteem, and I exchange that energy with you, and I give you my energy. Because you have to be careful sometimes who you give your energy to and who you receive energy from. You know what I mean? And I'm very wise. I'm a good judge of character. Trust me. And I always give anybody the benefit of a doubt. Because I always want someone to give me the benefit of a doubt. Oh, he's a drug dealer. Oh, he did 10 years in prison. Can't rock with him. You know what I'm saying? We can't align with him. I don't want people talking like that about me. I want them to say, you know what? We're going to give this brother a shot. We see value in him. We see what he can do. And all my life has always been a struggle. Nothing's ever come easy for me. Even with me having value that I've had. Trust me. I've always had, work and leverage and build, convince. So, and that's how I see it, man. Just really recognizing value in other people. And knowing that you have value and believing in you and then believing in others and giving them opportunity as well. Someone give me a shot. Who am I to say I can't give anybody else a shot? Or to be so selective like I'm better than anybody. That's not the case. So that's what it is, man.
Well, we certainly appreciate the shot.
No doubt.
Of course, we hope we do some great things together.
Absolutely, I believe that. So that's where we're at.
My name is Michael Westbrook. I am a self-taught developer. I started a coding initiative about a year ago, getting ready to go to Nigeria. And my question to you is, when it comes to targeting the youth, right? Because one of the things that I'm passionate about is helping minority brothers and sisters that look like me get an opportunity to see their ideas into fruition, right? So for me, what I'm tasking myself with is to be able to be that person that can help make technology cool, to bring more opportunities to brothers and sisters that look like all of us in this room. So from your position, what do you see as what are your thoughts on how we can make tech cool or make these types of startup opportunities cool to these young kids that are in high school coming up with these amazing ideas, right? And how do you channel them all the way throughout the entire, their entire development all the way through high school and college?
Along with Devon. Seriously, I think culture is key. Culture, right? How do you take culture and you connect it to technology in a way that is fun, in a way that the youth want to engage it? I just think that's really figuring that out and figuring out how that works for your particular demographic within the youth that you want to reach. What do they listen to? What's the culture in their select cities and all that. And I think we undermine our youth a lot, man. The youth are genius. If you show them the way, you show them the path, and you show them how they can empower themselves. Because technology is power, man. Technology, simple as a traffic light. Technology, right? But we don't look at technology in that way. These innovations, these things where people were innovative to solve problems. Technology has been around forever, since Timbuktu. They had the sewer systems, technology. The pyramids, technology. So if you go back to these things and look at those, technology's always been here. But now technology is so advanced in a way where it permeates our life and it absorbs our time, and everybody on Facebook, everybody on Twitter all the time. And so to make it cool and make it accessible, make the awareness for our youth to know that the culture is attached to it in some way. So that's how I think this is a way to reach the youth with technology and make it cool. It's to tie it to culture.
Awesome. Devon, we also have Brother Cassius Russ from the H.J. Russell Center.
Yeah.
He actually joined us. Do you mind if he comes up with you?
Absolutely, yes, my king, man.
Let's give it up for Brother Bud.
you. I'm glad you came out, man. Thank you.
And
So,
Cassius,
yeah.
if you could, you've done a lot, and I just want to kind of, you here for an intimate conversation. If you could just share a little bit of your experience and how you got to this point.
So, and I'll be brief because I know folks have been talking for a minute, but anytime anyone gives you an invitation, come anywhere. I had to go get my dog tonight, raining. If I was like, come through. I'm a man of my word. We got to stick on it. Someone invites you, you show up. You don't show up, it's on you.
That's right.
It's just that simple. So I said that to set the preface of coming from, and it's first I've been introduced coming from the H.A. Russell Center. It's a little bit true, but actually I just left the Obama administration. I was a regional administrator for the U.S. Small Business Administration over the southeastern part of the United States. One of the things that was important for President Obama is make certain that there was opportunity for reentry and making sure that there are opportunities for people to continue to find their passion. And I'm so glad to hear Divine talk about that today. So I left the administration, started my own firm, CFB Advisors. If you ever check it out, cfbadvisors.co. But my point is, yeah, you got to get the plug. I learned that today, this afternoon. You got to get the plug.
Get the plugs out.
You got to get that out. But I came into an opportunity of working with Georgia State University as their entrepreneur in residence. And people said, well, what is that? We try to connect the business world and give them the opportunity to talk to the students like what happened today.
Right.
And so although that was not part of my cohort today, that was not part of my initiative today, I've been friends with the Russells for a number of years. And so it's funny how things run concurrently. You know, what Mr. Russell began to establish many years ago is something that was already in place. We just need to come together and get set into this mold and just move forward, no matter where we come from.
Absolutely.
When I lost my way a number of years ago, coming out of school, you know, the only person I had to that I could really connect with was Tupac Amaru Shakur. Most people would be like, oh, really? Yes, really. That's where a lot of my guidance came from, and really understanding self.
Wow.
The reality is that Devon didn't even know that. But today, I immediately connect with him because I was like, man, you remind me of someone who I met Tupac many years ago.
Oh, wow.
Stayed connected and have always guided me. And who would think that I would go from there to working for the most powerful man in the world? My point is that you can't sell anyone short, including yourself. That's just the bottom line. You can't just assume someone is who they are just because of what they look like, what they see, you know, what you think. It was just so cool coming in today and for Devon to talk to the students and to give his story, because most people do not know how to move your own ego out the way to see the bigger picture. Amen. And that's how we don't really continue to carry on, because we're so tied up in this is mine, I'm here, this is all me. This is what I'm doing. That's to me is just the biggest challenge of where we are to get to today. No matter who you are, what you look like, where you come from, we all have a passion. And so the passion today was hearing Divine talk and just me sitting in the back of the room and just kind of like, yeah, this is what it's all about. This is what the struggle is about. And this is what the future is, and the future is now. And the future is through technology. It's through individuals who are not afraid to move their ego out the way and share the piece of the pie. Because there's plenty for all of us. Just move out, but we got to continue to support Divine. That's what I ultimately getting to. No matter it's through just, you know, following him on social media, sending him encouraging words. You know, when he's up at 2, 3 in the morning trying to come up with an idea, he sees somebody send something about him, about what you were moved or what he said today. That's got to be, we've got to support him. Absolutely. So he can continue to support those who don't have a voice right now. But ultimately, they do have a voice, and they're speaking through Divine. So I appreciate having the opportunity to just say a couple words. And to me, this is a blessing. And we're going to continue to support you. I'm going to support you in every way, form, or facet. We're going to Silicon Valley in 3 weeks. Again, everything we do is ordained. And I just happen to be sitting there, happen to be sitting in the conversation. And Tawana and I were having a conversation. She said, oh, someone said, you need to talk to Tawana about connecting some of your students at Georgia State with Silicon Valley. I said, okay. So Tawana and I were supposed to get together. It was on me, Devon. I got busy, right? It happens. It happens. But I said today, listen, my apologies about today. And she said, well, listen, this is what I want to connect you with. I said, oh, well, here we go. But the thing about it is not about me, it's about the aspiring students. It's about the students who are not students too. Right. That's the biggest thing. I serve on the national board for the National Black MBA. And right now we're talking about getting more and more people encouraged into areas about technology and innovation that have nothing to do with college. It has nothing to do with you know, trying to start school, but at least giving them a path. And what Divine is giving you all today is a path. You know, you talk about the cover of Forbes, you know, that's a beautiful place. Thinking about 10 years ago. Yeah. But he always knew it, and it was inside of him. We got to continue to support him. So my words can get long just saying thank you. And if we don't do anything else tonight, you know, for you and your team that you brought today, thank you for being here today. You know, you deserve to be here and to be treated well, because this is Atlanta. This is an open city where we want to make differences. This is more about some of the reality shows. This is a true reality. Am I right, Courtney? Courtney knows about it. This is the true reality that happens here in Atlanta, and we want more and more people to know about it. So again, in close, thank you for what you do, and we're going to support you. And if anyone else has any other ideas, opportunities, send it our way. Send it to Tawana's way. We want to put everyone on a map today so you can see where your dreams can come into reality. So, Mr. Barlow, we appreciate it. Thank you. Keep pushing it, and thank you for your time, your attention.
It's 9:10.
Yeah. So, in closing, I just want to say thank you to a few people. Tawana Harris, so love. You know, you opened up the pathway. I know I opened the pathway for you. So, you know, energy exchange both ways. Convergent collab on deck. You're doing something great. Mariah, thank you for coming out. You know what I mean? Diversity Ventures, we getting it popping. Sending shares as well. We're doing my book and my feature film is in motion. Thank you for coming out. Yvette rolling out. She put my story out there. Ben tweeted it. Show love. So, you know, Magic City. You know what I'm saying? All that. We're doing what we do. So let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving.
That was fun.